All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hunter. Episode 12.
The last test of resolve.
Yes, that
You know
is
what
a
that means?
promising title.
We're getting out of the tower! Yes! It's been so long.
I've dreamed about this moment.
Okay, but they've accomplished, I think, most of the actual test.
Yes.
I think this one is more of a...
The last test of resolve is them waiting in the room for 50 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's going to be slightly more to it than that.
Sure.
They could skip the time there and actually have a little mini test that goes outside of the room.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. But if not, it could be something completely separate from that, and it could be the test is them actually leaving the tower. Like,
sure.
Say that everyone's in a room, and now all the people that have completed that part, they have to now leave.
Right, yeah, maybe there's some puzzle that they have to do to...
Right, but
yeah,
maybe there's an aspect where they all end up fighting each other.
Yeah, you are just set on that tournament arc, aren't you? Oh, boy.
Yeah, it would be cool, but...
it would be cool, but
we don't really know how it's going to go.
I think maybe they should wait on tournament arcs until they've actually explained how the powers work in this world.
That makes sense.
Like maybe... Because
then they would have to use that time in the tournament arc to explain how it works.
And an exposition-filled tournament arc is... Not
as good.
Not as good.
All right, let's get into this episode and see what happens. More people coming out.
Literally everyone else.
Hey, all the people that they named.
Yeah.
Gereta, number 384.
I hope that person with the sniper makes it through.
That'd be cool.
前足の踏み込みを躊躇すると怪我するぜ。わかった。
Gone. Where'd your pants go? Oh wait, no, he's just really short shorts.
Yep.
残りは10時間弱だったよな。
Yes.
まあそうだが。
So maybe sleep.
10時間も残ってんなら楽勝じゃねえかな。
Everyone is asleep. But are they really? Yes. Killua.
Ooh.
眠れないのか。
Ooh, good conversation.
Yeah.
別に
That doesn't involve the main character.
2、3日寝なくても平気だから。
Wow.
ここ窓がないからわかんないけど、もう朝だよな。おそらくな。
Oh! What the heck?
He probably woke up when they were talking.
Right, yeah.
No one's
Everyone
gonna
else
sleep
is trying
now.
to sleep.
もうちょっと寝かせろ。
Oh my gosh. More people tripping out.
よっしゃ、ゴール。
I don't remember this person.
53番ポックル371番ロ
Brooklyn
ズ
Gauze.
審議の結果到着所要時間30時間4分
こやつら相当の手だれと見た。いずれ手合わせしたいものだ。
Hey!
Yeah.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Being in an enclosed space for a long period of time is really annoying.
Oh yeah.
There's the sniper,
Hey,
Jacob. There's your
awesome.
sniper. What? I'm confused.
第13号
What?
118番トミー
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
61時間54分
There we go. Huh?
よし、準備完了。
Oh, here we go.
ト
Finally.
リップ。
Yeah.
長え1分だな、おい。
End of the episode.
What's next?
Even Killua seems surprised. Oh.
What?
30分走って出戻りかよ。
やっぱりさっきの階段下りだったね。
What the heck?
Huh. I would have liked to see that in real time.
Yeah, I would have too.
ああ怒りまみれじゃん。
急ごうぜ。残り1時間しかねえ。
おいゴン、どうやらゴールが近いらしいぜ。本当？
Yep.
それでは道を選んでください。選択は2つ。5人で行けるが長く困難な道。もう一つは3人しか行けないが短く簡単な道。長く困難な道はどんなに早くても攻略に45時間はかかります。短く簡単な道はおよそ3分ほどでゴールに着きます。
Jeez, that's a
big difference.
長く困難な道なら丸、短く簡単な道なら×を押してください。×の場合、壁に設置された手錠に2人がつながれた時点で扉が開きます。
Whoa. Holy crap, they're making them have to fight each
準
other.
備がいいね。古今東西、ありとあらゆる武器を揃えてくれてるぜ。
さて、先に言っておくぜ。
Wow.
俺は罰を押す。ただしここに残る気もねえ。どんな方法を使ってでも3人の中に残る。
よく言うな。あの50時間がなきゃ長い方を選べたんだぞ。お前が責任取って残るっていうのが筋だろう。
ちょっと待って。
But that's still 4.
俺は丸を押すよ。
Yep.
やっぱりみんなでせっかくここまで来たんだから。
Three of them could just decide, no, we're just gonna do the long one, and then it doesn't matter.
一か八かの可能性でも俺はそっちにかけたいんだ。
Yep.
おいおい、一か八かもクソもさ、あと1時間もないんだぜ。
やはり仲間内で戦うしか方法はないのか。
トンパ、来るぞ。戦いに汚いも綺麗もあるもんか。
That
Yeah,
is
here we
true.
go. You gotta die, Tonpa.
やめろ、二人とも。ねえ、やっぱり5人で行こうよ。
今すぐ決着をつけてやる。
もうやるしかないみたい
Did
な。
that vibration make him see like that there's something like in particular weird about this room?
The other three of them could just choose something else, though.
残り3分です。
3 minutes? Whoa.
ようやく終わりだ。
ああ、長かったな。
第20号404番クラピカ、
Wow.
第21号99番キルア、第22号405番ゴン。
きついって。短くて簡単な道が滑り台になってるとは思う。
3人か。
What?
第23号403番レオリオ。
What?
第24号16番トンパ。
They're
所
still.
要時間71時間59分。
How did they all get
あ
through?
豆だらけだけど、5人揃ってタワーを攻略できた。
Did they break the door?
おかげだな。
Oh, yeah. Looks like.
長く困難な道から入って壁に穴を開け
Nice.
短くて簡単な道へ入るなんて。
Very nice.
That's genius.
あの場面でよく思いついたもんだ。
武器を使えば壁が崩れることが分かったから。
Yeah, I was wondering, like, once he saw that, I was like, okay, he noticed something.
極限の精神状態で二択を迫られてそれをぶち壊す発想が
Very
できる。
nice.
そこがお前のすごいところだ。
Cool.
第3次試験
If they say that there are 32 people left, oh, 25. Huh, right.
たとえ仲違いがあってもゴンは苦労した仲間と苦難を乗り越えた。しかし
Cool.
今日の友は明日の敵。
Yeah.
個人対個人の厳しい戦い
Yeah,
が
they're gonna have to fight
これ
each
から
other.
始まることを
Uh-huh.
ゴンはまだ
Yep.
知る由も
I
ない。
knew
Okay,
it! I
alright.
knew it! Yes! Yes! Okay, we are out of the trick tower.
We are.
Or at least we are at the base of the trick tower.
Right.
But Jacob, they're gonna fight in brutal individual battles in a tournament.
Yes.
Yes.
So, when exactly are they going to actually become hunters? Is that going to be like the end of the first season?
Probably.
So, we still don't know how the power system in this world works.
Mm-hmm. I think this is gonna be where they'll do it then.
Like, we don't even know how most of them would even fight. Like, Kurapika, okay, we know he can fight. Killua, we know he can fight. Leorio, he has his little knife, okay?
Yeah.
And then Gon, a fishing pole, and he's really strong.
Maybe just punching, Jacob. Like, just
that, okay.
stuff. You don't bring any items into it.
You know what? That would be fantastic, but it would also mean that Killua and Hisoka are basically, like...
Unstoppable.
And
then you wouldn't get to have your awesome sniper girl have
And
her.
that would really suck, because it's
so rare to have a character with a sniper rifle actually
to have a character with sniper rifle
into the fight.
Exactly, and especially to have them actually use it the way that a sniper would be used. Because usually people don't do it because it's anticlimactic. You just set up one shot, it's over, right? But I don't know.
I mean, you have
really
Fullmetal
like
Alchemist with Hawkeye.
Yes.
Yeah, she uses a sniper all the time.
And she was one of my favorite characters in Brotherhood.
That's true.
But again, they didn't really have her fight in sniper fashion.
Yes.
You know, that was very rare.
When she was doing it, she was pretty much just killing someone.
Right.
Or she was kind of providing covering fire.
Right.
Or
it'd be up against like a homunculus or something, and they didn't die, so they were able to do that.
Because sniper combat is kind of the opposite of what kind of general shonen anime combat should be like, which is more
exciting,
drawn out, excited, tension building, and all that stuff.
Yep. They resolved it in a creative way, though. I liked this last little test. And I did not expect them to just break through the wall.
Screw the rules, guys. Let's just open the big one and break through the wall and go to the little one.
There's a part of me that wonders, though, like, maybe Killua's, powers don't go this far.
Couldn't he have just busted the door down or something?
Exactly, because they've already shown us people that can, like, smash rocks like it's no problem. So couldn't he have just, like, hardened his hand and then just, like, stabbed through the wall and just sort of pushed the wall?
Right. I think the point is that he could have, but they don't think about those types of things.
Sure.
For Killua, the obvious answer was, I'm just going to go through the 3-1, and I'm one of the strongest people here, so no one can stop me.
Exactly. Yep.
So, as long as I and 2 other people vote for it, we'll win by majority rule.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that because Gon tried to think of a solution, he came up with a solution.
Right.
Everyone else could have, but they weren't willing to.
Right.
No one but Gon was trying to figure out a way for all 5 of them to get through.
Yep.
Even Kurapika, he was basically saying, well, I guess this is how it's going to go. He wasn't happy with it, but he was like, I don't see any other way around this, which is because he was kind of limited by the idea of 2 options, which is interesting, because if you think about it philosophically, if Gon's character is the one that will be presented with a lot of black and white moral choices of sorts,
okay,
and he constantly looks for the 3rd option.
That
presents a very interesting character, because he could be looked into the thing of like, well, we have to either save Hisoka or kill Hisoka or something.
Sure, but
and it's like, no, well, let's find that 3rd option in the middle.
Right. I like the idea of the 3rd option, but they don't necessarily have to have it be restricted to more.
No.
Stuff.
I'm just saying as a way that they can have the protagonist deal with struggles and stuff. Moral choices like that are very kind of KOTOR Mass Effect style,
right? And that is a great way to have the main character be someone that does inspire the other people around them, and reinforce that idea that it makes sense for most of the focus of the story to be on them, because they have displayed, in this case with Gon, he's displaying that there's no such thing as no-win scenarios. Of course, this next little
setup will be kind of a Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah.
Because if the law of large numbers comes into play here, he will have to fight at least one of these people that's not Tonpa.
Right.
So either Leorio, Kurapika, or Killua.
Now,
my money is on Killua.
Okay. Now here's my question, though.
Yeah.
There's So if what was it? Well, okay, for one, they did not know how many people would pass. So the fact that it's 24
true.
people, they could not know that. So if the next thing is a tournament, they must have had some way of balancing out the numbers. So maybe like the first people get like a bye for the first round or something like that.
Sure, but I think to an extent, I just said those words again. To an extent.
Drink, guys.
They
drink,
come up
drink.
with a lot of this stuff on the fly.
Yes. Okay.
I don't think it's all perfectly planned out.
Fair enough, but I mean, a lot of it has to be like the room that they waited in for 50 hours, you know.
That stuff I know, but I'm saying like, okay, however many comes out, we'll slot them into brackets and make a tournament out of it.
But
it's kind of like the D&D GM DM who's basically like all according to Kikaku, and then you come in with a random number of people for the tournament, and it's like you have 27 people. Well,
okay, here's
all
the thing.
according to plan. The first, how many people would I need? 1, 2, 3. First few people get a bye. Ooh, and then you get slotted in, and
right. But they
can make it work.
Well, but I'm not so much curious about the concept of a bye, even though that is interesting. Mm-hmm. It's more of the idea of in a tournament you usually just have one winner, but they're not just going to have one person become a hunter. I don't think so.
Oh,
anyways.
good point.
So there's got to be some cutoff point where it's like, okay, you need to at least make it to the semifinals or something like that, and then you can be a hunter.
That's a good point.
Otherwise.
Maybe it won't be. Maybe it won't be a single elimination. Maybe it will be some kind of like maybe they'll go through the fights really quickly, but they'll have multiple people. They'll have people fight multiple people, and they could have it be some kind of round robin thing or something.
Sure, but
possibly.
the idea that it's not just going to be one person at the end that becomes a hunter. So how they are going to determine that is going to be very interesting, and that could make it that they can avoid some of the drama of having, say, gone and killed.
I would agree. I don't want there to be only one hunter that gets made out of this. But could there be?
Possibly, but
has it been set up in the story that it's always more than one hunter?
Right. It wouldn't make sense if they made it so that
I was saying, has it been set up in the story to where there's only one hunter?
No. But they have said that
or more than one.
They have said though that it's unacceptable to have no hunters from a year.
Yes.
So that does give the idea that,
or at least the potential for no hunters, because we killed them all before they even got the chance to do the real test, which I think this is what this is.
Yeah.
Is that, let's say they have a tournament and there's actually no application towards the actual hunter exam within the tournament itself. Once you are done fighting, then you go and take like an actual test.
Sure. And it could be something where they're observing the people during the tournament. So they basically say, this tournament is the 4th phase. People are like, crap, I need to do well, or I'm gonna be done. I won't pass.
Right.
But maybe it's not quite as clear cut as that.
I would love to see a tournament with a really good twist to where it's not about just being winning, the last man standing. It's about how you fight.
Right.
It's about your character.
Yeah, because as the MHA tournament has shown us, a lot of it does have to do with just how things are set up early on. Right. Deku would have made it way farther if he didn't have to fight Todoroki in round 2.
That's true. Also, there's an aspect where in MHA, for instance, they were vying for kind of seeing who they're trying to market themselves essentially to heroes and stuff. In this, they could be trying to market themselves to the Hunter Association.
Sure.
And those that see like, this one makes a good hunter.
I'll take them as my apprentice or something.
Exactly. And then they end up actually passing.
Because here's an important thing to remember. The hunter exam is so that people can train to become hunters.
Right.
It's not so that people
can
actually become hunters. So they don't have to have all their ducks in a row when they get there. They just need to demonstrate that they are worthy.
Right. That's where it can be someone like Tonpa. He will never become a hunter because he's never going to be worthy with that kind of attitude. But then will someone like Leorio be worthy of being a hunter?
Right.
Despite the fact that he has good motives to some extent for wanting to be a doctor, but he also has this other side to where it's like, not really. And then Kurapika, he wants kind of revenge, and it's like, will that come out? Will those...
But we've already established that not all
killer
hunters.
Eyes and stuff
we've already established though that not all hunters are great people. So
Correct.
you know, from that sense, say Kurapika's deal with revenge, you know, it's not, it shouldn't be that much of a problem for him.
Right. Again, that's another thing where it's not a moral thing. It's about whether or not they have potential, maybe.
Exactly.
Kind of like how Hisoka views Gon as being like, you have potential. I will let you live.
And this could be something crazy where maybe it's just that there's a bunch of hunters overseeing it, and they just have to basically pick. And if you're not picked, you don't become a hunter. So you could theoretically win the tournament.
Yes.
And fail the exam.
I would like that. So, like, having, say, 10 hunters that are professionals, and they're looking each for one.
Right.
They each get to choose one.
Yeah.
And that's why someone like Hisoka is, like, you know, could do really well in the tournament, but could, like, not make it as a hunter.
Sure, unless there's... Because what kind of a hunter would pick Hisoka?
I still think Hisoka is actually going to make it as a hunter.
Right.
Because he's been built up so much as a character.
I think so too.
But it might not be, again, as straightforward as to why he wins.
Right. Now here's one thing to bring back into the light.
What's that?
There was that whole bit of Hisoka talking to someone on walkie-talkie and stuff.
We still don't know who that is.
We still don't know who that is. We don't know what the deal is with that. So is there going to... Okay. Is this tournament going to actually be completed?
Well, here's the thing. If it's someone that we already know, I think they made a point of bringing into the end game all the named hunter examinees, basically. All these applicants. Like Hanzo, for instance.
Yeah.
Like Garetta.
Yeah, and Paco and Gauze.
Paco, Gauze, and Sami. But then also...
Garetta and...
Gitaraker, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like...
That guy almost looked like he might have been the person that Hisoka was talking to, because they did have the same kind of physique as Hisoka, with, like, the wide chest going down to the, like, narrow waist, and then the...
Yeah, I couldn't tell, but I feel like it's one of these hunter applicants now. It wasn't the it wasn't the hunter that was observing.
Right, and that would make sense because, you know, okay, you're coordinating with basically your competitors to boost your chances, and if it was the Needles guy, Gitaraker, that would make sense because he's number 2. So but
they went through separate spots though.
I know they went through separate spots, but the idea that basically he, you know, because anime rules, generally the person who's stronger ends up, you know, doing better, right?
So maybe you're saying that because he's like stronger and he looks creepy like Hisoka,
exactly, he's
just naturally a bad guy.
Well, or at least it would, you know, if it is one of the hunter people, one of the hunter applicants, when it's revealed that they're the one that's working with Hisoka, it needs to be this shock thing of like, whoa, but then also like, oh yes, that makes sense. So thinking about it like that, like which of the hunter applicants could you actually picture being in league with Hisoka?
You mean like as a twist?
Yeah.
No one in our current party. But it would be interesting to see Tonpa as being the one that was behind it. Like, imagine Tonpa actually, like, wants, like, a specific person to get through. It's not that he doesn't want other people to get through.
Okay, and that's what he's actually doing?
He's actually,
like, he's been hired by people to basically help guarantee that a particular person makes it through the exam.
Yeah.
That would be intense.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool. I think the person that we saw had a different build than Tonpa.
Where are you saying that you saw someone?
Because there was a point where, what was it? We see, okay, so Hisoka is talking on like the walkie-talkie with somebody.
I remember that.
And I remember there was someone, they were wearing green, and their build was very similar to Hisoka's, but it wasn't Hisoka.
When did we see them?
It was when they arrived. It was before they went to the cooking competition. It was a while ago, but
I don't remember that. I can go back and rewatch it just to be sure. But
I remember very vividly that it was like, oh, that character. I think they're hinting at Hisoka's partner.
Okay.
I was pretty sure.
And
I might
they
be wrong.
looked like this Gitaraker person.
Possibly. I didn't look too closely at Gitaraker, but they had that same kind of narrow waist and then chest and arms that looked.
I think we'll get more hints about it in the next episode.
Sure,
too.
probably. Yeah.
But we're probably not going to have it be a really big twist. I think it's going to be more of a thing to show that Hisoka has a reason beyond just performing well to actually make it through this part of the exam.
Sure, yeah.
And I think that even if it's someone we don't expect, like Hanzo, Like,
Yeah.
like, I think that that's more of a thing that whoever he's working with is going to die.
Okay,
because
I could see that.
Hisoka will basically use them as a stepping stone towards his victory.
Well, and here's one of the things that I would say is interesting. It was a good point that you brought this up. What is Hisoka's actual goal? Because if you think about it,
we don't know.
With how much he is seems to be such like a fan favorite among the the Hunter fans.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for him to just be doing this test for the sake of becoming a hunter.
Right.
He has to have some big agenda, something that he's going towards, right?
I think he could be a Joker character. Where he's like, I'm just doing this for fun.
Yes, he absolutely could do that. They've set him up so that would kind of make sense.
But he has more of this
Yeah.
deep voice, very methodical,
okay,
very
now,
intentional.
I'm pretty sure that he's part of the Phantom Troupe.
Oh.
And so maybe there's another member of the Phantom Troupe either among the hunters or among the applicants. Maybe in disguise.
I think that would be cool. But why, if they're so awesome already, like, why do they need to join and become hunters?
That is an excellent point.
Is there a difference between, like, do hunters get, like, special training that no one else can get?
I don't know.
And they just end up becoming better fighters and stuff?
Possibly.
That seems kind of...
Yeah, we don't really...
seems like it has some holes in it.
For how much they've been building up, like, how difficult it is to become a hunter and all that stuff, we don't really actually know what a hunter is.
Yeah.
And that's
we have a lot of ideas and perspectives on what it is, but we can tell that based on the data we're getting, it's not so clear cut and dry as one of their own perspectives, like Kurapika's or Leorio's.
Exactly, and that's something I would very much be excited to see more of, especially considering that we're going to enter a whole new wave of conflicts, centered around or revolving around becoming a hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see. Okay, Jacob, let's temper our expectations a little bit. Okay. Let's say that the tournament arc is really slow, okay?
Okay.
And it goes through everyone's fights, like, one per episode, okay?
All right.
Pretty stereotypical shonen stuff. But then each fight gives us a new aspect of what it means to be a hunter, to use the fighting kind of magic or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then also each character.
Yes.
And then those that survive this whole thing will end up becoming, at the very least, side characters.
Sure.
But then those that will not make it will kind of be sacrificed on the altar of character progression for those that will.
And to an extent, you already kind of know who a lot of those people are going to be. Like, unfortunately, the sniper person, I love their design. They did not get named. They were just shown to be there.
I think they might have been named in the beginning, but I clearly remember you being frustrated that you didn't get a name for the sniper girl. So you're probably right.
Which means they're probably going to lose.
But that means that the three main people that entered first are going to be top contenders, like Hanzo, Gitaracker, that's such a weird name.
Yeah.
But and, of course, Hisoka.
Right.
So if you looked at this right now, with the data we have, if it was these 25 people, do you think... Like, I think it's pretty obvious that it's either going to be Killua, Gon, or Hisoka that wins the whole thing. Right? Like, there's no other person that makes sense to story-wise win this.
It really doesn't.
Win this thing.
Okay, wait.
Maybe Kurapika. He could potentially do it if they bring up... Say, here's the point. Say someone in the Phantom Troupe is in here, and it's either Hisoka or it's someone completely different, and Kurapika brings this up, and it's like, you killed my clan.
Okay.
And Kurapika ends up making it, like, to the end.
Sure.
Because of that rage
that drive. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Now, okay, this is a really wacky thought.
Okay.
But when they first introduced the hunters, right? Mm-hmm. They used silhouettes, right?
Yes.
When they introduced the Phantom Troupe, they also used silhouettes. In both cases, there weren't very many people in each group. I'm not saying the hunters are the Phantom Troupe, because I don't want that to happen.
The Phantom Troupe are all just a group of hunters that went rogue or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a thing, like, yeah, absolutely. I never really wanted to go in on that theory, but it's like, oh yeah, they're probably all hunters already.
But then, of course, the question is, if Hisoka is one of the Phantom Troupe, why is
he taking the test?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why is he taking the test? Unless he's wanting to become part of the Phantom Troupe, and
that makes more sense.
And that by makes doing this, because that could totally work, because they've already established the idea that there are different groups of hunters that specialize around different things, right?
Yep.
So maybe Hisoka is wanting to become a hunter specifically to join them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that would be cool to also call into question the honor of hunters.
Yes.
If the Phantom Troupe
is
are
something
actually
that they condone.
Yes, it's an official branch of the hunter.
Or even an unofficial branch.
Right. Yeah. We don't talk much about them.
Right.
But then that's something that Netero in particular would be aware of. Because Netero is the leader. Like he's the big big dude,
true.
you know?
But now, it might not be that much of a surprise, though, because they have been killing off the applicants in droves.
That's true.
So, ripping out a whole clan's eyes might not be all that crazy. And, and hunter, the term...
is not a positive term.
Connotates that you are going in search of something to take.
Yes, or destroy.
Yeah, so...
Yep, something to think about.
Yeah.
Here's another. Oh god, brain fart. Wow, I don't know what I was gonna say. It happens to the best of us. But it was something about how the hunters, in particular, are these people. Well, yeah, I don't remember. If I remember what it was, I'll say what it. Say what it was, but yeah.
So what did you think of Sami, the dude with the monkey?
Ha! He's dead.
Yeah.
The monkey's gonna live, but he's dead.
Yeah, I almost think like they might keep him around just to be like the comic relief character, depending on how they use the monkey.
Show.
But
I don't think this is that type of show.
I got really excited for a moment. I thought one of the hunter applicants was an actual monkey.
Me too. Like I was like, wait, what?
That would have been. That's some
cool. Good misdirection stuff.
Yeah.
I would like more misdirection in this show.
They've done that a lot, actually.
They have. And this is a theme of HunterxHunter, I would say.
And not only that they do misdirection, but they will set up misdirection immediately, like they did with the girl basically saying, like, how much you want to bet that I'm actually a boy? It's like there was no reason for that misdirection to, like, exist or for us to, like, buy into it or anything. Yep. But they just threw it out there. Just
why
because.
Not?
So, with this person, they just threw out, oh, a monkey comes through the door.
And then of course looks their way, and we are like,
wait, what?
Wait, really? And then Sami, and then they announce the name before they even show the person
and you're like,
through.
Whoa, this monkey has a name, okay?
But they didn't have a number. The monkey didn't have a number. That's how it was.
He could have
like,
eaten it,
He could have eaten it. Wouldn't that have been funny, guys? There's this sentient monkey thing that like is taking the hunter's exam. He gets given his number.
The strongest one of all of them.
No. But like, imagine this: he's given his number, and they're like, "Don't lose it." He like looks at it, looks around, no, just eats the whole thing, and makes it through the whole thing. And they get to the end, they're like, "So where's your number?" And he's like, and they're like, "Dude, you can't do that." And he's like, and he like freaks out, like.
It reminded me of in SAO Abridged when they're like, even a cat managed to learn how to play this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
Don Fluffles.
Yes.
But okay, so with this, we are getting a tournament arc, which is awesome.
That is.
But yes,
it's another big commitment of episodes.
Will they kill a lot of characters? I think they will kill some.
I would not be surprised.
Will they have more than one person become a hunter? I think they will.
I think they will. Will they finally explain what the heck this power system is?
Yeah,
probably not.
Because I think that there's some kind of like whatever Killua is. Mm-hmm. He has some kind of there's some kind of genealogy lineage aspect to it.
Sure.
So it's not just the force in the air, and it's something that they can pick up in its hand.
It could have been because it doesn't have to be tied to their genetics. It could just be that it's their family tradition to train in that way.
Sure. Okay, but I'm guessing that there's going to be limitations as to what they can actually do. meaning
Sure.
that someone couldn't do what Hisoka does because they want to.
Exactly. Because in any kind of power system, like say, okay, Harry Potter, for instance, one of the biggest problems that I had with Harry Potter, I love the idea of magic, but the idea that anyone could do anything just as easily as anybody else, it made it kind of just like, okay, so it's this constant Deus Ex Machina that you can sort of do just about anything with. Like they're, you know, when people would do stuff, it would be cool, but you never had that moment of being able to be like, ooh, that was really clever. Like, good thinking.
There were maybe 5 of them in the entire show, not the entire show, the entire book series, of where people really cleverly used aspects of magic, and you might just be forgetting them, but there were a couple like that.
Yeah.
But yes, oftentimes it was just Protego Totalis and, you know, someone else shooting some kind of unforgivable curse at the person who puts up a shield bubble.
Right.
Which, was pretty mediocre. But I'm not expecting too much out of Hunter x Hunter. I mean...
It seems to have a pretty good rep.
It seems to have a pretty good rep, but just because a shonen has a pretty good rep could be that there's actually like more specific parts that make it really good.
Absolutely.
Rather than the whole thing.
Right. But I think one of the things that I've heard a lot is that the power system in Hunter x Hunter especially is done very well.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know what that means, but
power systems in general
usually aren't done well.
No, I would just say that there usually isn't one.
Right.
Because when I think of system, I think of rules and systems and you know, structure.
Right.
And Avatar The Last Airbender is, in my opinion, one of the best power systems I've ever
because
seen.
it doesn't really go into rules all that much, but or at least the rules aren't clearly defined.
Oh no, the rules are relatively defined. If you're a firebender, you can't earthbend.
Right, yeah. So in that sense, they're very simple.
They're very simple rules, but they never break the rules in the show.
Unless, you know, you're the Avatar. There's that one exception.
Well, that's a rule. That's defined in the very beginning. In fact, it was fun when they did break the rules a little bit, because that was when Combustion Man came into the fray.
Yes.
But we readily accepted it because it was like this, wait, someone is using some advanced firebending training, and we saw advanced forms of other types of bending at this point.
Yeah, but that makes me really excited for what they do with this system, because with Avatar it was easy to grasp. You almost didn't need to have it explained to you. You just see people bend fire, they're in red. Okay, people are in green, they bend rocks. You know, in blue, bend water. Yeah, awesome, right? But with this, since everything that we've seen happen, and granted we haven't seen a whole lot.
Hisoka, basically everything
Hisoka, Killua, and a little bit of Netero has been very different.
They are very different.
So, like, I mean, we had some reinforcement type stuff with Killua and Netero, and then, but you know, we also had whatever Killua's like illusion thing was. And then whatever it is that Hisoka is doing with his cards and stuff.
I could just see it though, Jacob, being like, it's not perfect. It's just that there's a lot of creativity to it.
Sure.
And it's not that the system is good. It's just that the application of a power system is cool.
Yeah.
Like it's done fun and creatively.
Right.
And
as opposed to just being like, my sword can do this. My sword can do that.
Right.
What can your sword do? Wait 60 episodes and find out.
That kind of stuff I think would be good, because if they kept it away from what you're talking about, then it makes it tricky for us as analyzers to actually be able to predict how something is going to turn out.
And
that keeps with the Hunter x Hunter theme of not going exactly the way you'd expect with that classic form of misdirection.
And I love it when that happens, where you don't know what's going to happen, and then when when the thing happens, you're just like, oh, that's brilliant. Like, oh, you put some thought into that, didn't you?
Exactly. Like, you want to see the passion of the creative mind behind this work constantly. Or at the very least, you want them to surprise you.
Yeah, let them show off
infrequently.
A little.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Other than that, I think we're just in theory territory right now.
Mode now. Yeah.
It'd be fun to keep going, but I think we'll call it here.
Yes.
All right, guys, if you want to watch the next 2 Hunter x Hunter episodes in early access for Patreon, go check out the link in the description below.
Yes.
And also check out our Discord. You get to hang out with us and talk anime. It'd be pretty cool. All right, guys, we'll see you again next time. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.